Hello, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute, but we're getting back into it. We'll see how this goes this year. I want to talk about a very special Oracle deck for me personally, which is the Oracle of Emanations by Peter Mohrbacher and Eli Minaya. This is an incredible deck that I've had some really wonderful experiences with in the last month of working with it. So I think I'm in a good position now to really do a good review. Maybe this will help you to understand if this is a deck that's right for you as well. So first of all, the Oracle of Emanations is produced by Los Scarabeo. So it does come in 6 different languages, which means that this guidebook, you only get 1/6 of it to really work with, which you can see the limit of my usability is only right here. So the concept of Angelarium is really rooted in the Tree of Life of the Kabbalah. This deck includes 33 cards, which 11 of them are really the basis of the Tree of Life, which are the 10 Sephirot. The artist did choose to include an 11th Sephirot around nothingness. So that's not an official Sephirot, but in this deck, it is regarded as one. The other 22 cards are angels that sit basically on the ley lines of the Tree of Life. So if you're not familiar with the Tree of Life, this might be a good place to, when you're working with it, to do some more research. Get on YouTube, learn about the Tree of Life, and pull that in. This is not a one-stop shop to understand the Tree of Life. It's a catalyst for it. So I want to put that out there as well. The deck backing is beautiful. These are high quality cards, very well done. Simple edging, just basic. I'm probably going to fill this in with some color myself, but otherwise very good. High gloss, as you can tell here, so I can't use my ring light or else you wouldn't see it. But I'm going to flip through some of these cards. They are not in order, so they are a mixture of the Sephirot as well as the angels. And as I'm going through this, I'll show you the artwork, which to me is amazing, which is why I even wanted to pick this up. Aesthetically, it's something that's right up my alley. So before I actually get into this, because the first card is an angel, I want you to think of what your depiction of an angel is and see how this deviates away from that. These angels are amazing, in my opinion. They're paintings that were printed down onto these cards. The detail is fabulous. Azrael, the angel of death. Yeah, it's not the typical white, fluffy, harpy angels, right? It's beautiful. Now, Gabriel. You know what Gabriel is supposed to look like? Not so much. Not so much. These are larger than life images. Here is another angel. Not the typical angel, right? Bina, one of the first Sephirot. Keter. Uriel, angel of flame, the flame of God. These are just really beautiful. My experience with it has been very provoking. These are, I'll put it this way, if I were to come across these cards earlier in my journey, I don't think that I could have been able to handle them. These are ones that take a real deep dive if you're doing personal journey work, shadow work. They are provoking. a lot to think on here. Meditation is wonderful with these cards. I've had really good meditative experiences with them. But if I looked back when I was a beginner with cards, this would have been too much. It would have been way too much. I would have been relying solely on the book to understand what these are, and even the book itself, the definitions, the meanings behind these cards can be confusing too. So this is really, again, it's a jumping off point to understand what these angels are, what the Tree of Life is, but not your single source of truth. Because even some of the meanings with the angels deviate from, you know, what's in the Book of Enoch. Another Sephiroth here. This one, oh, this is on the cover of the clam box, and it is gorgeous. So gorgeous. These are very in-your-face type cards. There's not a lot of coddling with them if you're working through an issue or wanting to understand why you do what you do, you know, what some of your patterns are. These will tell you the truth. There's no sugarcoating here. The Tree of Life is a sort of balancing of pillars. So we have the pillar of severity, mercy, and then the pillar of balance. And you'll get these with these cards. You'll see, of course, this one is on the severity side, but some of it's taking accountability. And that's why I say shadow work's great with these cards, doing the journey work, because it pushes you into a place where you have to take accountability for some of the things that are going on in your situation. And again, they don't sugarcoat it. They don't slap you upside the head, but they do give you truth. And when you're meditating with these, at least my experience, is when you step into the cards, it's almost like this silence that comes over, and you're just in a state of observation. You're not walking through these scenes, you're just watching them unfold. I love this one because this one reminds me of Atlas, the story of Atlas, you know, holding up the weight of the world and in finding that endurance to continue to do it, regardless of how yourself is crumbling in the process. You know, the strain that it puts on you to hold up the responsibility of the world. Dark images, but also some really light ones too. This deck is definitely a friend, not a foe, but it's the friend that gives you tough love. There's, it will even kind of call you out in a kind way, but it's no nonsense. It will call you out when you are doing things to other people that are toxic. And it called me out very quickly. And the key is not to let it kind of provoke you or to trigger you or to become defensive, but it's, again, observing what's going on here, really dissecting what's going on in your life and how you're contributing to it. And then it helps you kind of pivot away from that so that you can achieve the higher states of consciousness that you're looking to achieve. Again, it's just, this is a next level deck. You know, even if you are a beginner and you want to get this so that you can experience it, maybe do it in small doses, you know, carve out some time on a weekend where you can really dive into it, and maybe just do a 1 card pull. Personally, that's what I do, 1 card pull. I don't necessarily see the point in doing more, because 1 card can give you so much meaning and guidance and understanding of the underbelly of a situation that it's almost overkill to pull several. But there is, I will show you in the booklet at the end of the section, there is a walking path spread that you can do, the walking path. And this is asking you to take all the Sephiroth cards, all 11 of them, or emanation cards, and put them in the arrangement of the Tree of Life, which is, looks like this. And then it asks you to shuffle the 22 angel cards and place 9 of them randomly along the 9 spaces of the path, so in between the Sephiroth. And then use that information to really help you visualize the experiences that you've had going through those states of consciousness. And it's a bigger journey work type of spread. Personally, I don't feel drawn to do it, but it's definitely an option. I have leveraged the heck out of the book. I like to write in my books. I think it's helpful. There are, oh, come here. I even included the astrological association of the Sephiroth, and then sort of my quick little hits on what those cards mean as they come up and as I journey with them and journal with them. So you get a good sense of how to use the cards by using them. It's not something that you're just going to read the book and be like, okay, I got it. You really have to build a relationship with these cards because they're very personal. I would not be able to read these cards, I don't think, and I wouldn't want to read these cards for somebody else. This isn't something that I would introduce in a client session. They're not, I think they touch on aspects that are a little too deep and a little too personal for somebody else to read. And I wouldn't want to cross that barrier myself. I think there's a point where you can't rely on somebody else to get to the bottom of the situations that you find yourself in. At some point, you have to, again, take responsibility and do that deep dive work yourself. And this deck will definitely help you do that. So this deck, I bought it off of Amazon. I know that's probably, you know, everybody's got their own opinion on that. It was $20, so reasonably priced. The cards are printed in English, but it's just the guidebook that has the additional languages to transpose onto them as needed. I think it's a wonderful deck for people who are in the intermediary or advanced stages of cards doing personal work. Of course, like I had mentioned before, anybody who's just starting out, definitely pick them up if you want to, you know, just appreciate the beauty of them because they are incredibly high quality cards. Beautiful images, very fantastical. Like I said, not what you would expect of an angel, but you may not be at that point in your journey where you can really work with it yet, but you can still build a relationship. So again, that is the Angelarium Oracle of Emanations by Peter Mohrbacher and Eli Minaya. And if you have used this, I'd love to know what your thoughts are in the comments, or if you have any questions about it, drop some questions in the comments as well. Like, comment, subscribe if this session has been helpful for you. This video. I'm a little tired today. It is Monday. If this video is very helpful to you, please let me know. All right, we'll talk in the next video. Bye.